Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, December 30th. A lot to talk about. It looks like a very cold weather pattern for the next few weeks, at least through the first half of January for the central and eastern U.S. And a snowstorm is a possibility here in the Mid-Atlantic region later Thursday and Thursday night. It looks like much of the northeastern part of the country will indeed see a significant accumulating snow event later Thursday into Thursday night. That storm will be followed by brutal cold air here in the Mid-Atlantic region by the end of the week, the early part of the weekend, and then another brutal cold Arctic outbreak is likely to reach the Mid-Atlantic region by the middle part of next week. Let's start off by looking at the very latest 12Z GFS model run at the 500 millibar level. This is the very current conditions at 500 millibars. I want to focus in on this trough right here reaching the west coast of Canada right now. This will play the key role in the upcoming storm Thursday into Thursday night. A couple things to point out. This indeed is the key player for Thursday, and the fact that it is now moving ashore, the western part of Canada, means that the computer forecast models should have a better handle on the situation. This upper level support again will play the key role in the storm threat for Thursday and Thursday night. Now that it's on the west coast, we have a better data coverage, of course, over land than over the water, and indeed the very latest GFS model run has kind of shifted from some prior runs. It's now looking more and more like the European model run, which had a colder solution with more snow for Thursday night in the Mid-Atlantic region. Well, let's kind of walk through the upper air pattern here, 500 millibars over the next few days. We'll look at 24-hour increments from today into Thursday. This, again, is the very latest situation. 24 hours from now, there's that upper level trough now moving into western part of Canada. By Wednesday afternoon, it's diving down into the central part of the nation on the eastern side of the ridge that's popped up over the west coast. And then by Thursday, here is that upper level energy that will support a storm developing along the Mid-Atlantic coastline during the day on Thursday. Again, this is the key player here for the potential storm in the northeastern part of the country on Thursday. Let's look at another part of the upper air pattern here for this upcoming potential snowstorm for Thursday night. This is again the very latest GFS model on the 12Z forecast at 300 millibars for Thursday afternoon. Just a tremendous jet streak here that will play a crucial role. A lot of ingredients are setting up indeed for a strong storm to develop along the northeastern U.S. coastline later in the day on Thursday, continuing into Friday, one of which is represented right here by a very strong upper level jet streak. Well, let's now look at the surface forecast maps from this morning's GFS model run. This is the 12Z model run for Thursday afternoon. At this time, a couple of key players here. Strong, cold, high pressure sitting in the southeastern part of Canada. That will supply some Arctic air riding down the eastern side of the Appalachian Mountains. A couple of low pressure areas depicted here by the GFS model for Thursday afternoon. A couple, one off the Mid-Atlantic coast and a second one over the northern part of Florida. Notice here we talk often about this blue line here representing kind of a rain snow boundary, and this is again before the precip really gets underway. Let's now jump ahead 6 hours and we'll look at 6 hour increments going right into Friday morning. It's late Thursday afternoon, early part of Thursday evening. Here's the forecast map. Notice this blue line still holding south and east of the I-95 corridor from D.C. up to Philadelphia. Low pressure starting to move off the South Carolina coast at this time. Still an anchoring high pressure system in the southeastern part of Canada. That has a lot of cold air associated with it. Let's now jump ahead 6 hours later. By this time, precipitation in the form of snow is expanding throughout the Mid-Atlantic region, certainly through the state of Pennsylvania, even down into the D.C. region. According to this latest model run, it very well could be cold enough for snow. Kind of a comma head shape pattern developing here with the precipitation as this secondary load intensifies off the North Carolina coast. Let's now jump ahead another 6 hours. And finally, by late Thursday night, early Friday morning, a substantial area of snow here on the north and west side of this low as it moves well off the east coast. Again, it's snowing a pretty good clip here up and down the I-95 corridor Thursday night into the early part of Friday. And once this storm pulls out of here on Friday, some brutal cold air will move in. It's certainly not out of the question that 0 degrees is seen right down into the Philadelphia region, for example. Certainly, give or take a few degrees, we could be down near 0 by early Saturday morning. And that's not the end of the potential for brutal cold. Let's jump ahead to the middle part of next week. Here's yet another brutal Arctic air mass. Not only are we below the 0 line here at 850 millibars, we're right around minus 20 across D.C. and Philadelphia into the New York City region. This is just another brutal cold air mass in the offing for by the perhaps the middle part of next week. So a lot of weather to talk about. A potential snowstorm in much of the northeastern part of the country Thursday, and especially Thursday night into early Friday. That'll be followed by a brutal cold air mass later Friday into Saturday, and there could be a follow-up brutal cold Arctic outbreak by the middle part of next week. Stay tuned to the SIweather.com as we progress through the next few days. That's it for now. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.